Well, folks, I've had a lot of requests for this next video, people reaching out to me telling me I definitely needed to talk about it, and I knew that I had to. I knew I couldn't set this one out because, once again, Maga has set their sights on someone to try to tear them down, and this time it's Dolly Parton. And folks, for those of you that don't live in East Tennessee, I'll tell you this much: there's some things you just don't do. You don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't spit into the wind, you don't pull the mask off the old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Dolly Parton. But the Federalist paper wrote an article saying that Dolly preaches a false gospel. And they say she preaches a false gospel because she welcomes people from the LGBTQ community into Dollywood, and she says she loves everyone and she don't judge. So let's think about this for a minute. In Maga's world, if you love and accept everybody, that's a false gospel. They've got the Bible so twisted up that if you follow the teachings of Jesus and you love everyone and you treat everyone the way you would like to be treated, well, you're preaching a false gospel. That right there alone should tell you everything you need to know about MAGA and what they stand for. But the Federalist paper has kind of walked this one back now, and they're trying to say that they're sorry for saying that. They're sorry they brought up Dolly because, yeah, here comes MAGA after her, calling her a false prophet and spewing all this ridiculous bullshit. And again, it just shows us exactly what kind of people they are. They can dial that apology back all day, but they've already started this fire, so it's too late now. You've messed around with one of our patron saints, and we're not going to sit here and be quiet about this one because Dolly has been such a humanitarian for so long. And she's always sort of tried to stay out of politics. I'm going to talk a little bit more on that later. She's always kind of tried to stay in the middle and not get political with things, and I feel like I know why that she chooses to take that road. But Dolly has been such a humanitarian and helped so many people in our part of the world and all over the world that the fact that MAGA would come after her just shows you again what kind of people they are and how truly disgusting they are. So I found an article on Billboard talking about a timeline of things that Dolly Parton has done over the years to help people. And as I'm reading this list to you guys, I want you to think about MAGA, and I want you to think, do they have one politician? I know Trump don't do it, but do they have a politician anywhere in their midst that has done this much to help people from all walks of life? Dolly has, and so far I can't think of anyone off the top of my head in MAGA land that does, because all they're about is spreading as much division as possible and weaponizing the government against anyone that they disagree with. But we're going to go down this list. I had to make some notes here because I didn't want to leave any out, and I'm sure this list probably didn't cover all the things that Dolly has done over the years, so we'll just go ahead and say that these are a few things that she's done. Going back to 1988 when she started the Dollywood Foundation, which was to help decrease high school dropouts. And since that foundation started, the rates have decreased from 35% all the way down to 6%. So that's a great thing. Then in 1989, she started the $500 scholarship to every student who wanted to attend Hiwassee College here in Tennessee. 1991, she started the Eagle Mountain Sanctuary to preserve the bald eagle. 1995, she started the Imagination Library, which gives kids books every year up until they start school. Everybody in my family at some point has received those books in the mail. They're great books to read to your kids before they start school. Again, what's wrong with that? Where's the false gospel in that one, folks? Then in the year 2000, she started the Dolly Parton Scholarship. She gave $15,000 to 5 high school seniors to help them start college. 2007, she did the benefit concert for the new Sevier County Hospital. The concert raised over $500,000, and Dolly herself donated $1 million. In 2016, she did the telethon for the East Tennessee wildfires, and she raised more than $13 million for that. Folks, I remember that. I played several benefit concerts for that one myself because that one devastated this part of the world. I had so many friends that lost their entire, not just their entire homes, but their entire life's work. I mean, it was one of the saddest things that ever happened to this part of the world. She raised $13 million for it, and then she started the My People Fund, where she gave $1,000 a month for 6 months to the families who had been affected by those fires. In 2016, she also started the $30,000 scholarships to, well, she gave a $30,000 scholarship to 2-year-old Evie Johns in celebration of the Imaginary Library, shipping out 1 million books per month. 2017, she donated $1 million to the Monroe Carroll Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt. In 2020, she donated $1 million to coronavirus research. In 2022, she started her Dollywood education coverage. And also in 2022, she donated another $1 million to Vanderbilt Hospital to help study infectious disease. So that's just some of the things that Dolly Parton has done to help people in our part of the world and give back to people. And I challenge you to find a MAGA out there who has done those things and done those things without any judgment, done those things while welcoming people in from all walks of life and never being judgmental towards anyone. Now, I have had people talk to me about this, and it's something that I've thought about myself. And no, I'm not going to go after Dolly Parton here. That's not what we're doing at all. But I have had people ask me, why doesn't Dolly get political? Why doesn't she call certain things out? I've had people say to me, why doesn't she really stand up now for women's rights? Why does she still kind of sit here on the fence? And I've thought a lot about it. I've thought about how the position that she's in. Look at all the good things that Dolly Parton has done for her part of the world. Look at how much she's gave back to her part of the world, and look at the part of the world that she's in. I really think the reason why Dolly stays neutral on politics and kind of stays out of the way is because she knows what part of the world she's in, and she looks around and she sees people like Kid Rock go out and blow up Bud Light. I mean, you know, the MAGA movement is all about just destroying American companies they disagree with, and they say it out loud. Kid Rock says, well, I'm over my argument with Bud Light, but we need to be going after Starbucks. We need to be going after Target. We need to be cutting down those people. That's what they're all about, is tearing people down. And I think Dolly realizes deep down, you know what, if I come out really hard swinging against them, they would come after me. And if they did, if they attempted to boycott Dollywood and boycott East Tennessee, that would be a major blow to a lot of people. There's a lot of people that is employed by Dolly Parton. There's a lot of people who out there depend on her and what she does and her work. And I think that's the reason she stays neutral, and that's why I respect it, and that's why that I don't get upset that she doesn't, you know, get on a bullhorn and start shouting down a certain politician. I understand why she don't at the end of the day. But again, I'll go back to this. I'm going to circle back around one more time. The fact that they would accuse her of spreading a false gospel, when that right there comes closer to the gospel of Jesus Christ, what I just read to you comes closer to the gospel of Jesus Christ than anything that I've seen spewed out of MAGA's mouth. What have you seen come out of their mouth where they were helping other people? What have you seen come out of their mouth where they was trying to encourage kids to read? They're just trying to change what the kids read. They're trying to rewrite history so that the kids won't learn certain things about them. They're trying to whitewash history and change the narrative on everything to fit their agenda. And they come right out and say things like, well, we love gay people. That's why we're pointing out their flaws. Bullshit. You're doing it because you're a bigot. You're doing it because you're filled with hate, and you're doing it because you got a cult leader now that empowers your hatred. Dolly might not be able to say these kind of things here in East Tennessee because she may not say those things because she may want to stay out of it, and she may want to remain neutral, and I can't speak for her. But I can speak for Brando. Fuck them people. I want nothing to do with them. They can boycott me all day long. They already have, and I don't give a shit, okay? Because I'm going to stand up for people from all walks of life. I'm going to sit and listen to other people and the strifes and the struggles they go through, and I want to try to help other people in need. And if that's a false gospel, then you can keep yours.